Let's see. Someone said something mean to you at work. Your girlfriend broke up with you. You get angry. You start lashing out. You want to prove yourself right because everybody wants to be right. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like something that happens to you on a daily basis where you react to circumstances and people around you? If you do, and you want to finally put a stop to that and take control of your emotions and take control of your mind, then watch this video because I'm going to be showing you exactly how to take control. Let's get into it. So starting with how our brain works. So the reason why we have emotions is actually to protect us. It's to protect us from circumstances in life that pose danger to us. It was created for survival reasons. So the part of the brain that basically is responsible for this is the amygdala. The amygdala is the part of the brain that creates anger and the fight or flight response. Why is this information important? It's important because you have the power over your emotions. Let me ask you this. Has there been a time where your emotions completely ruined your quality of life? Has been a time where it ruined your relationships with people? Has there been a time where it made you break up with your significant other? Your mom was mad at you. You lost business opportunities. You lost friendships. As you can clearly see, emotions play a big part in our lives. So it only makes sense to actually master it and take control of it. Now, here's a problem. No one actually gave us an instruction manual on how to run our brain, which I think is goofy because we are stuck with this thing for the rest of our lives. So you would think that you'd want to master it fully and know exactly how it works so you can use it to your own benefit. But no, people don't typically care. People go on about their lives, letting circumstances and people control them, and they essentially become slaves to their emotions. But I know you're watching this video because you don't want to be that way. You want to finally take control of your life and you want to finally create opportunities for yourself. You want to stay cool in a situation. You want to know that you are a bulletproof vest, that not a single comment can penetrate through you. And I'm going to get into exactly how we can do that. So, now that I've explained how your brain works and that it's basically trying to protect you from basically any kind of threat, you can start to see how this can hold a lot of people back. Now the first thing we want to do is accept the fact that it's going to happen. Alright, your brain is going to start firing up all these brain chemicals. You're going to start feeling the anger. You're going to start feeling the anxiety. But the way to deal with those emotions is to, one, not say that they're wrong, because there's nothing wrong with having emotions, and two, start treating emotions, specifically negative emotions, as an action signal. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you. An action signal is basically something that tells you when to take action or to do something. So why does this pertain to negative emotions? Well, let's say you experience fear. You're scared of something. You can take it as a negative emotion and let it control you, or you can see fear as an action signal and realize that it's your body's way of telling you that you have to either change your perception or you have to take a certain kind of action. So, what does that mean for you? Next time when you are scared to do something, next time when you're building up the balls to go and do it, guess what? Treat that fear in your stomach that's rumbling and churning as a signal that you need to either better prepare for the situation, look at it from a positive perspective, or just do it. Because the way I perceive fear is that if I'm scared to do something, I have to do it. Because I know that it's going to cause personal growth. You see, a lot of your negative emotions actually come up from your beliefs. So you let your negative emotions be the guides to your triggers. Whatever it is that you're triggered to, look into that. See exactly why you get triggered by that. What is it in you that is causing you to react this way? So the first step is to treat any kind of negative emotion as an action signal to take some kind of action, or just to change your perception about something. Another way to completely snap yourself out of that state is to realize it was in the sentence. It's called state. You're in a certain state, and states, they come and go. which means you are basically stunned by your negative emotion for a very short period of time. And if you want to get out of that state, literally all you have to do is interrupt the pattern in your brain that is causing you to get into that sort of state. So this might sound kind of goofy, but next time you're feeling scared, sad, anxious, angry, and you want to respond with an emotion, before you even open your mouth, here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop. I want you to pause. I want you to feel the emotion brewing up inside. I want you to internally ask yourself, wow, so I'm currently experiencing a negative emotion. What is it that I'm feeling right at this moment? Once you identify that emotion, basically think of it as an action signal. We've talked about this before. Then, what do? Is you simply interrupt the way your brain runs through the program. Because your brain is essentially like a computer program, right? Whatever processes that cause you to feel a certain emotion, it's all programmed, and it almost always happens the same way. You start thinking about something minor, it snowballs into something bigger, and before you know, your thoughts are causing you anxiety, and then now you're experiencing a bad state of mind. So what I want you to do for the last step is to snap out of it. The moment you notice that you're in a state, a certain negative state, I want you to go and do something else. Whether it's dropping down on the floor and doing push-ups, or quite physically moving yourself to a different part of the room and starting a certain task. That's going to interrupt the predictable negative pattern in your brain, and it's going to cause you to snap out of it and completely take control of your emotional state. Once you snap out of it, as a bonus, what you can do is you can start thinking of positive imagery. You can start thinking of something positive that has happened in your life. Or you can train your brain to be grateful. You can train your brain to practice gratitude every time you're in a negative state of mind. That's going to override the negative emotions, and it's going to cause you to feel so much better. Because it is quite simply impossible to think negative and speak negative things when you're having positive thoughts. Try it right now. Pause this video, think of something positive, and see if anything negative comes up. I doubt it. So I hope this video was helpful to you. Take control of your emotions, because you got to realize that you are the person that controls this vehicle. You're the person that controls this temple. The temple and circumstances don't control you. Sure, you can't change the outcome of things. You can't change the outside of what's going to happen to you. You can't change what people are going to say to you. But what you can change is you can take control of your inner state. Once you know that you can fully take control of your inner state, there is nothing that can shift you from your state of mind, state of being. So yeah, master your inner state. And as always, awaken your inner and outer potential.